Welcome back to Fishing with Vance. Well, in today's video I'm going to be doing a product review of my Frogg Toggs waders. These are the nylon stocking foot version. They're chest waders, and I've had these things for I think between I want to say 5 to 7 years. They're my second pair, so the first pair didn't last very long. I really liked them, but the first pair didn't last long because I got a nick in them. And then we'll talk about that as I get into some of the negatives with having these nylon waders. I paid about $140 for these, like I said, about five to 7 years ago. And there are some negatives to them, and there's some positive too. So let's jump right into the review. So starting down here at this end, like I said, they're the stocking foot version, meaning this slips into a wading boot like this. And so when you slip this in here, and what this is designed to do down here at the bottom is this is elastic to go around the top of your ankle of the boot, and they come with these clips, and I'd say the clip on this side broke off after about 5 times using the wader. So I would say I would expect it to last a little longer than 5 to 10 times. But that's probably my biggest negative of these waders, in the sense that they're just not very durable. They're not the top of the line. You can get them for $250, and you can also get them for $80. I've seen various waders out there for that price range, but they're not very durable. So I would expect that clip to stay on a little longer than that. The next thing I don't like about these, they are nylon, and they do get holes in them. That's what happened with the first set of waders. You know, if you're walking through jagged rocks, or maybe it's not the most, it's the terrain getting from, I should say, the terrain getting from your truck or your car to the river or the stream. You know, if you're walking through, the woods or the bank to get there, you could have sticks or jaggers or whatever that put holes in these things. So that is one thing I didn't like about. That's what happened to my first pair. When I went ahead and bought a second pair, but the first pair got a hole in a few years. So just be careful with that if you get these nylon waders. The other thing is, on a negative side, if you're fishing with these, say, like I will be here for trout season, April 1st, that water is going to be cold. So these are not warm at all. I mean, you put your foot in that boot and in this stocking, and your feet get cold pretty fast. At least mine do. And they're fine for summer if you're fishing for smallmouth or whatever. I generally wade with these in smaller rivers or streams, Shenango River up here in Pennsylvania, and also Neshannock Creek for trout. But I would say, again, it's a negative that they're not warm at all. You got to dress appropriately under these guys. So next thing I don't like about them, not to be negative, but is same thing with this belt loop. This is your belt, and it's designed for chest waders that you want to cinch this up nice and tight, so that if you, in the event that you fall and water starts to pour in this way, this belt is cinched, should help slow down the flow of water getting down here and filling up your waders, and getting yourself into a problem in the cold water where you can't move or get out or whatever. So important to have the belt on at all times, but this loop on this side broke after about 5 uses. It broke off. So again, not very durable. This isn't the top of the line wader, like I said, but I would expect it to last a little longer than that. So moving up here to the top, next thing I don't really care for it are these straps. These are relatively basic, simple straps, but when you're putting these on and if you're fishing by yourself, they can be tough to get them straight and not all tangled up, against your back, because they tend to get, tangled and all that stuff between uses. So it's important that these are pulled tight so that it holds your wader up tight to your chest. So you want, I do tend to have a little extra strap there so I can always cinch them up. It's not the best cinching setup here either. It's just okay. Again, they're plastic, and same thing, they're not top of line waders, so I know other waders, maybe the neoprene ones, they have those big thick straps, and probably more expensive waders, they have more elaborate and better strap setups. But for these, the straps are not that great. They do the job, but that's about it. They do the job. Comes with a cincher in here, again, so you can cinch this down so it fits you snugly. And comes with a couple pockets. I do like the pocket setup. We'll talk about that. This has a nice soft pocket to put some baits in there. It's pretty big. I've put some small tackle boxes in there with me with some of my hardware, things like that, split shots, hooks, whatever, swivels, maybe some leaders. You can get that down in there pretty easily. And then I also like that it has this zipper pocket. It's still working, even though I've had these like 7 years. I can keep my cell phone in here, and it stays dry. That I like. You got to take your cell phone. As much as I don't want to bother with the cell on the water, you know, you need something, especially if you're going by yourself, that you can, you know, alert somebody for help if, you know, something happens. So it also comes with a place for keep your hands warm back here. This is all felt and soft. You can tuck your hands in there when you're waiting for opening day of trout. I know my hands are staying in there. I tend to keep my pliers in there that are on a tether. I just keep those tucked in there so that they're right here handy for me if I have to get the hook out of a fish. And then I have a just an old badge holder for my clippers. Overall, I would say on the positive side, I do like the fact that it has this zippered compartment. I know they all don't have that, and it is waterproof for my phone. This Velcro pouch is plenty big enough. It does the job. Definitely no complaints there. On the plus side of it, I said that they're cold in you know, early spring, April, trout fishing, but on the flip side of that, in summer, they're nice and light. Like other guys that have the neoprene or other waders like that, they tend to be too hot when you're fishing. You know, say we're fishing for smallmouth in August. These don't bother me to wear these. You know, I throw shorts on underneath mine, throw these on, and you're good to go. They're not hot at all. To be honest, they're actually pretty cool. So that's the positive of these. If I fished a lot in the river, because I tend to fish on that pelican over there most of the time, but I do like the smallmouth fish and trout fish early in the spring. So you need waders. If I didn't fish on the boat, I guess what I'm trying to say is, and I needed better waders, I'd buy a little better ones. This is my second pair of these. They're about $140. So overall, really the bottom line, doesn't matter what score I give it. I'd probably give these a 75%, but this is not a paid review by any means. None of my reviews are paid reviews, just for the record. Anything that I review is something that I've actually used. So these, I probably would not buy these again. I'm not beating up Frogg Toggs because these are not their top of the line waders. But if I would go to get another pair, and I'm not going to until these ones start to leak. Right now they're not leaking, so good. It's good for them, you know. Good for Frogg Toggs that they're not leaking after 7 years. That's pretty good. But I probably would not buy this brand again, is what I'm saying. If I got another pair, I wouldn't get Frogg Toggs, or at least this model. Maybe I'd get something a little nicer. So there you have it, guys. There's my review of the Frogg Toggs chest waders that are nylon to be worn with a wading boot. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. That'd be great. Hit subscribe, hit like, all those things. Trying to grow the channel, and let me know what brand of waders you use, and what ones would you recommend. So thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one on fishingwithvance.com.